to start our conversation, I really want to read a passage from one of your last pieces of writing. The
Okay.
actual name of the writing was called "The Legendary Treasure of Satoshi Nakamoto," and this just absolutely blew my mind. And I might even get excited and get opti into the conversation because
All
of
right.
how awesome this passage was. But it basically says, money has not generally been regarded as anything to do with journeys into the non material realm of the spirit. It is generally believed to belong to the material world. It can buy certain things, but it cannot buy friendship, love, intelligence, or the answers to deep and internal questions about the mysteries of the universe. In fact, money is accused of leading people away from these things. This, however, takes us to the curious matter of Bitcoin. That is that is fascinating, and that kind of gives me memories of, when you hear it from your parents when you're young. Um, money's the root of all evil. Were they talking about fiat money the entire time?
Right. Yeah. Um, it's uh, it's a really interesting thing that the more time that you spend with Bitcoin, the the more you're drawn to asking deep and philosophical questions, and not just about money, but about spirituality, even, right? And that could just be about personality, about what makes us us, right? Not just the material chemicals that make us up, but what makes the personality and the values and the morals that we have, and why do we pursue certain things over others, and what are this article that you're citing. I published it a couple of weeks ago. I wrote it many months ago, and I was hoping to be able to do something more with it than just publish it as an article. I wanted to make a film out of it, but things were taking long, and I eventually felt this strong calling to just publish it, but I didn't really think people would read it. And it's ironically, I was very mistaken about that because it's turned out to be my most read article that I've published in my career so far about Bitcoin. I had one that I published that was a criticism of Ethereum that got picked up in the mainstream press and the tech press. And so that one ended up being far and away my most read article. But this is the most read Bitcoin article I've written. And it really resonated with a lot of people because in it, I do take people down this journey and say, why is it that Bitcoin stirs a spiritual awakening in so many people? And I think what I've managed to do by analyzing the experience that I went through and that I've seen many other people go through is actually explain why it does that. And I begin this article with retelling the story of the invention of Bitcoin and the story of Satoshi Nakamoto and how extraordinary that story is, and also at the same time is a true story because it reads better than the best mystery and the best adventure, the best action story that you may have ever heard. It's almost impossible to believe, except that we can verify every single part of this story because it's unfolding right before our very eyes, and every aspect of it is perfectly documented. So maybe I'll just pause there. But this is, I was really happy to write this. This piece came to me all in kind of one morning after I'd had a long conversation the night before with another Bitcoiner about the spiritual journey that Bitcoin took us down and the kind of questions it made us ask about life and society and civilization. And then it just came to me, and then it's called The Legendary Treasure of Satoshi Nakamoto because after I present all of these things, I'm able to tell another true tale of what the legendary treasure of Satoshi Nakamoto represents. What do all these coins that Satoshi mined and never touched stand for? And but I won't spoil it for people who haven't read it yet.